What up, universe? It's me, Tiffany Alex, the creator and host of TIFF Mode, your podcast place for you to fill your fields, for you to hear others in their fields, and for you to hear me in my fields, all unbothered, unjudged, and unapologetically.
What's good, universe? It's me, Tiffany Alex, and thank you for tuning in for episode 3. This episode is going to be including a very special person. We all know her. She's a friend. She's a family member. This is the queen bee herself. Brittany Alexander is here at the table today. What's good, Britt?
What's good, Tiff? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Excited
you look all happy
here.
to be
I'm
here.
so happy.
Y'all feel this energy is so juicy in here right now. Like,
okay,
wow.
So this is your 3rd episode.
Yes.
Number 3 is my favorite number.
Girl, mine too.
So
3.
exactly. Hey. So I feel like this is a good.
It's energy in here,
Good
y'all.
Energy we got going
Man, it's gonna be some sister time up in here. A lot of y'all don't even know she my sister, but I really don't know nothing about her. So we all about to be surprised today.
Oh my goodness!
We are all about to be surprised, and I cannot wait. Tell the fans a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so So I'm born Brittany Alexander. I've been on this earth 32 years. I currently I've changed my handles and social media handles and all of that so many times, but I've recently adapted. I recently took on EarthaBrittt because I feel like it really speaks to who I have become. Is it weird? Can I talk to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the best name that fits me right now, you know? And I feel like coming into a woman, EarthaBrittt knows who she is and what she likes to do. And she's unapologetic and she's kinder and more patient and
would she say she's more passionate about something? What are you passionate about right now, at this very moment?
This moment, to be honest, I am passionate about myself. Like, I'm just truly focused on evolving and stepping into who I really am.
Self-love is always the best love, y'all.
Exactly. And just really identifying who I am, not who other people want me to be, or not what other society expects me to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just focused on doing me. That's what I'm passionate about.
That's amazing. Now, a lot of people know that you have worked at Apple for a few years, and you had revolved and found something more special that kind of opened up a brightness in you, which was Social Hour.
Yes. Well, okay, so before Social Hour, Izzy and I were throwing toy drives, and that's what really, that was my baby. That just, I don't know, working at Apple taught me that working there, I learned that I like to help people. And then as I grew there and as time came, I realized that I was able to really identify other people's passions. And so my passion is identifying what they love and helping them go on.
Okay.
And that's where Social Hour came from.
Putting their plan into motion.
Exactly, and assisting with that, because that's what life's all about. We all have our own gifts and we all have these things that are really special about us. So I'm like, okay, how can we how can I find people who are really good at things and kind of create a puzzle out of it?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah, okay.
It does. It's really similar to what I created TIFF more for myself. I thought TIFF Mode was really just going to be about me and wanting to express myself, but I learned that a lot of people need places to go. They need to be able to express themselves if they're feeling a certain way, if they want to do something with their life. This is a platform to where people can really find who they want to be and where they want to go and express that. So the fact that you are my first guest and expressing those same things is something very powerful, people. Very powerful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That makes me feel really good.
Do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Wow. See that? Look, energy, expressing energy, it helps out. Because I'm feeling that same thing from you. All right. Wow.
Oh, that's great.
So, if you could give advice to your younger self, what would it be?
Okay. I would tell her to keep doing her. Like, do what makes you happy. Continue. Just don't be scared. You know? Do you.
Fear is a mother effer, y'all. Like, if we allow it to take over ourselves for too long, we won't conquer anything. And what is life without conquering? Not a damn thing. Like, it's not living.
For real. For real. And if you it's crazy how the thing I've learned about fear is it could paralyze you.
Yeah.
And a lot of our fears aren't even our own. They're projections of other people's fears that they put upon us. And so I think I don't think fear is in us. I think fear is taught to us, to be honest. Like growing up, I feel like other people teach us to be afraid of the things that we inherently want to do.
Right.
The things that are inside us, we come here, we are born already knowing what we want to do, because as a child, before we are taught to fear these things, we just do them naturally.
Right.
We
experiment.
Exactly. And we find out until we find the thing that is ours. And it's not until somebody else tells you, you can't do this because X, Y, and Z, or you shouldn't do this because X, Y, and Z. Then it's okay, we start to second guess ourselves. We go against our own intuition, and that feels so wrong. Then that creates a fear. That's how fear manifests itself. It's just
heavily understand.
Yeah,
fear is not something to play with. If you are bold enough to say it or think about it 3 times, just do it.
Try it. At least try it.
Man, that's all you can do. What is the harm in trying? Yeah, you might get hurt a little bit, but I mean, what's life without getting hurt? You're not going to be able to allow it to break you for so long. You got to build back up and learn from it. You got to.
Yeah.
Who's the most humble person that you have possibly met?
Dang, humble?
Humble. Because you seem like a humble individual. You give that spirit off to so many people. You wasn't able to do social hour and not give that same energy off to others to want to do it.
Thank you. Humility is hard. I don't know, to be honest, I don't know if I know too many humble people. That's no disrespect to the people I know. But humble, can I pass? Or can we circle back to this one?
Yeah, you can't. It don't have to be somebody you know.
I feel like I'll be giving them too much credit. Whoever's name I say, I feel like I'll be giving them way too much credit, and I'll just be throwing it. No, I feel like I'll be lying. I feel like I'd be lying.
I definitely get that. What inspired you to do social hour to the point to where you were celebrating a 1-year anniversary? You had an interview on YouTube once before. Wow. You were doing shows at one point, throwing parties at Firkin. A lot of y'all know what Firkin Fox is. Don't play me.
What inspired me? Okay, I will give, and I probably haven't given him enough. I will give KJ credit for this.
Okay.
KJ, he threw, and I said this in my last interview, but I want to try to articulate this better.
Go ahead.
So, KJ threw an art show in San Francisco a few years ago at his school, San Francisco State. And it was just like seeing that his friends drove all the way from Modesto and Ceres just to support him, and seeing how the school opened themselves up and allowed him to do something because they knew his intention behind it was good. Like, the energy, the love, that was amazing. So I'm like, dude, if you could do that there, like, let's do that at home. You know?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many talented people here, and that's DJs, photographers, like
artists.
Like, my heart is just
you met
jewelry
right designers, like
like I've met so many people who can do so many beautiful things. And you know, I will say, like, so the past maybe 5 years, life has inspired me to throw a social hour, but it was KJ's art show that inspired me to do something here at home.
And that's crazy how you went through that, like, very humble, happy, like, transition, because you were going into your 30s during that time. Girl, you get me excited for my 30s, because, you know, I'll be 30 this year at the end, and I'm juiced. You were definitely a boost of something that the world needs to know, that everything will be okay. You can conquer many things. Like,
yes, it's not too late. It's not too late, but if you could start it early, like, that'll be great, because that'll give you more time to fall gracefully. And I'm glad you said that. Thank you. That makes me feel good, because I didn't feel like that on the inside. Like, I felt like it was pretty hard for me to transition because I was so confused. Like, in my heart, I knew that there's a lot of sacrifice with, like, going off and doing your own thing. When I started throwing the toy drives, like, I put my heart into that, so I was giving up hours at my job. And it's like, okay, I'm barely making rent and I'm barely doing this stuff, but this thing makes me so happy. Like, I'll figure that other shit out, you know? And
corporate is everywhere. Following your dream, doing what it is that you love to do, it's
knowing, man, that's hard. Even just being comfortable enough to claim your niche. A lot of people can't do that.
A lot of people can't. Like, I've known that I want to do something in broadcasting for as long as I can remember. Like, I used to play with my dad's recording tape just so I can hear my own voice, so I could make soundtracks through tape, through radio, all of that. You remember that?
Your dad.
Yeah. His big
We had the same dad. We had the same dad.
Well, we are sisters.
I mean, people have, like, stepfather. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Half.
That is true. Yeah, no, we blood. And nothing comes in between us. Like, she loving this right now.
I know, because she'll be doing all of this at home, so she's whatever. Okay, I'm just taking it. I'm gonna accept it. I'm gonna accept it. Exactly.
Yeah, this is what this show is for, to feel your feels. And with us talking about the whole social hour and you growing into this new individual that you are and flourishing, what could you say has been your biggest accomplishment? Whether during this time, whether before you even noticed that you had this particular power in being a creative, like.
Okay, what was the question?
What's your biggest accomplishment?
My biggest accomplishment. My biggest accomplishment, I would say, was my consistency. I think just like, my biggest accomplishment to me was quitting my full-time job and believing in myself enough to, like, continue what I wanted to do. That first month is scary.
Man,
like, when you start running out of money, like, you know, I mean, I've been blessed I tell people all the time, I am protected. I have been super blessed, and things have always, because I was in alignment with my passion and my soul's purpose, things worked out for me. Everything fell into play. Like, all I had to do was just do what I had to do. And
that first step is the hardest. Honey.
It is.
You did it.
It is. Thank you. Like, that's my biggest accomplishment. The accomplishment is just believing in myself enough to quit everything that I knew and go against everybody who I've come up with because to them it looks different.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like that makes me happy.
What makes you happy?
Just doing me.
Doing you?
And being brave enough to do me. Like, that's hard. People don't have these moments until they're like 40 or 50 or like something traumatic happens to them. I just knew that working at Apple, my last day, I cried in my car for like 10 minutes. And I was like shaking because I was like, I don't want to go back in.
That is so crazy that you said that you cried in your car, because my first legit question was going to be, when's the last time you cried?
Oh, girl. I like cried before we came in here.
That must have been when I was not in the car, because I didn't see that. Okay.
I'm a huge crier. My thing is, if I feel it, you gonna know, because it is affecting me right now, and you're gonna be affected by how it affects. I'm letting it all out, because I'm learning to acknowledge my feelings for what they are. Can't nobody tell me that my feelings aren't valid, you know?
That part.
I'll cry if I want to cry.
Don't ever let nobody in the world tell you that y'all feelings ain't valid. Let them know, set them straight, let them know that how you're feeling is how they made you feel, or how they were feeling before they even got in the room with them. So, never disregard your own feelings, because the world gonna do that for you. Let the world know how you feeling, be proud about how you feeling. Always. Mm-hmm. My bad.
Your show.
Girl. This show is all about feels. Like, I'm never going to disregard no one for how they feeling. Ever.
Yeah. Like, it is what it is. What are you going to do? Get mad at somebody for the way you made them feel?
Man. Or how they made you feel?
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing, vice versa, I guess. But it is what it is. Like, my biggest thing is, if you made me feel like this, we gonna talk about it. Mm-hmm. And if you want to talk about it, that's on you.
If you were bold enough to bring it up, we gonna finish this conversation. Sorry.
I don't know why people don't understand that.
People are hard-headed. We think we hard-headed. The world is a hard-headed place.
People are scared.
Yeah, that too.
Of everything.
Emotion.
Of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
People are so scared of themselves.
Yeah.
Like, they're scared of their failures, they get scared of success, they get scared of what other people think of them, they get scared of this.
How do you think people find fear when they're going through it? How do you find the strength to get through fear?
I have crazy amount of faith. Like, I know I don't know what your followers believe in or your supporters believe in, but I believe in God, and I have faith that if I do what I'm supposed to do, like, things are gonna work out for me.
Everything will come aligned.
Everything will come aligned. I've seen it before. It's happened many a times. I'm here having this conversation with you because of it. You know, like, that's how you just get through. Sometimes I think that we hold on to things too much. And so instead of just instead of acknowledging your fear, facing it, and then releasing it, we clean bad stuff too much. Like,
don't hold on to bad juju if y'all don't have to, y'all. It's a burden. It will weigh you down. It will haunt you. It will make you feel ways that you don't even recognize yourself after a while. Don't hurt yourself like that. Nourish yourself. Take care of yourself. Don't ever put
give yourself grace.
Bad energy into you. Don't do it. Do nothing but the good. Especially for yourself.
I feel like at least try to. I know we can't always be like love and light and positive, and things do hurt us. And it's just go through them. There's nothing wrong with going through them. Like, everybody just wants you to bounce back immediately, and they don't want you to bounce back. I feel like they just want you to pretend like it didn't happen, so you can continue doing your part in their life and not make them uncomfortable.
Yeah,
and I feel, or maybe I'm just talking about my own projecting right now, but I just feel like as humans, we go through such traumatic stuff, and we don't ever just, like, we make jokes about it, and our coping mechanisms are all fucked up. Like, nobody goes to therapy, nobody like feels their feels, nobody talks things out, you know? Like, everybody parties instead, or everybody like...
They cope alone.
They
grab the closest bottle to them, they watch a good crying movie. I mean, that's also a way of healing, but if you do that for too long, you can start to become just that person who's just wallowing in I don't want to call it pity, because what if what you're going through is really hard, but don't wallow too long. That's all I'm saying.
Feel like give yourself as much time as you need, because everybody's time frame is different, and just do what you got to do to get yourself to a point that you'll be okay, because nobody else is going to help you out.
Yeah.
And so I feel like, what was the question? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, how much of this am I making about myself?